In today's video, we are going to be discussing nonprofit grants. I'm going to be telling you what they are, how to apply for them, and things to look out for. I want to start off by saying the difference between a for-profit business and a nonprofit business is that a for-profit business actually sells goods and services for money. Nonprofit is more of a donational type of program. They do not sell goods and services, they give them out for free. Now, what is a nonprofit grant? There's so many different articles and books out there that tells you about what a nonprofit grant is, but to simplify it, a nonprofit grant is typically given by a public or private foundation, government agency, or corporation. Since these come from larger corporations, the grant sizes are usually larger than single donations. And when it comes to nonprofit grants, you'll see that grants typically have more rules and regulations. And I will give you an example of that. Let's say you have a nonprofit business that you feed homeless people. You get a grant for $10,000. They are going to want you to invest 40% of that into buying meals over a period of 6 months. You will have to document every single type of food item you buy, when you bought it, and the cost of it. And if you do not follow regulations or rules, they can sometimes make you pay these grants back. So rather than spending the money on whatever you want, you might have to put the funding towards specific programs and initiatives. When applying for grants, especially for nonprofits, once you apply for the grant, make sure that you reach out. You want to make them see your business. You also want to do a little research on the company that you are asking for this grant money from to see if they align with your business. And usually when an organization and a business aligns, it is easier for you to get funded for these grants. So the next thing I want to talk about is no matter if you are process of sourcing new grant opportunities or learning how to write a grant proposal, you need to be on your A game when it comes to standing out against your competition. Scoring a nonprofit grant can seem like a lot of work, but here's a few advantages that grant funding can provide. Free money. The only cost to securing this grant is the time you spent investing in this process. You don't have to worry about losing equity or control of your company just by applying for grants. As to actually having investors invest into your company. Credibility. When securing these grants, it shows that you are serious about your work. It gives you a tremendous prestige bonus and let donors know that you have a third-party stamp of approval. What differentiates a non-serious person to a serious person is the amount of work and time that you put into applying for a grant. There is some people who don't even look over the requirements. They just see that this organization is giving out this sum of money. They will only fill out half the application. If you do things like that, you are bound to not get any grants. But if you're the person who takes the time out, reads over all the eligibilities, fills everything out, you are more likely to receive a grant. The next one is awareness. A grant can put your nonprofit in front of new eyes. The pressure surrounding the accomplishments might expose your brand to potential donors and partners. Repetition. Once you received a grant, you can use it to influence future grant applications. Grant foundations will see that you passed the test before and be more likely to fund your business. Now, since you know the advantages to winning a nonprofit grant, let's discuss the different type of nonprofit grants. Nonprofit grants come in all shapes and sizes. The source, the purpose, the nature of each grant makes each type unique. So here are a few funding sources. Government grants. They come from federal, state, and local government agencies. The grant application process is sometimes hard and competitive, but there is usually no fee to apply. Corporate grants. Corporate grants come from large enterprises that often reserves a percentage of available funds for nonprofits for annual nonprofit grants or provide credit for goods and services. An example for this is when Google gives out $10,000 in Google ad spends to nonprofit organizations. Foundation grants. Foundation grants come from philanthropic foundations such as families, private groups, public groups, or community funds to help advance causes for nonprofits in specific locale. I hope you learned something about nonprofits and how they differentiate from for-profit businesses and how you can compete to win nonprofit grants. For more business tips and grant opportunities, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you give this video a like.